Great shot making, big serves. Assess your performance for us tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid performance from my side. Yeah, honestly, I said before the match that the last two matches that I had, I didn't take my chances, and today I managed to take my chances.
Well done. Congratulations. Questions? Hands. Willie.
Of all the matches you played in your career, how would you compare the way you played this evening against everything else?
I would say level-wise, it probably wasn't like the highest level. I think because I've had some matches where I've played and I felt way better than I felt out there today. But I think the way I composed myself and the way I tactically played the match, that was up there with one of the best matches that I've played. But the level, yeah, it was high, but it wasn't honestly like I've had matches where I've won like 1-1, and I've played a match where I've hit 50 winners and 15 unforced errors, so it was kind of like that.
Alexei, Rich Jones from The Mirror. There were some amazing passages in that match, especially late on. You hitting some great winners, Novak hitting some winners, crowd really, really getting into it. Just talk me through what's going through your mind at that moment. You're under the lights, it's late at night under Arthur Ashe. There was some incredible atmosphere out there. Just tell me what was going through your mind when you were hitting some of those winners. Yeah,
it was amazing. I stepped out on Arthur Ashe about 20 minutes before the actual match, and that was the first time I've ever been on Arthur Ashe. Just to kind of get a gauge of how the stadium looked and how big it was. And honestly, the crowd was amazing. They kind of stepped up, and when I hit those passing shots, it was quite amazing to feel the crowd on my side, and I managed to kind of win them over towards the end of the match, which was amazing also.
Matt.
Alexei, congratulations, Matt Futterman from The Athletic. What is going through your mind because when you're playing Novak, who's clearly not having a great night, partly because you're playing really well, but also he's just, hitting a lot of double faults, things like that. But at the same time, you're looking at a player who's won 24 Grand Slam titles, who's come back so many times from 2 sets down. How are you sort of squaring those things and staying calm and thinking your way through to the finish line?
Yeah, honestly, all of the things that you mentioned were in my head. He wasn't playing his best tennis. I was waiting for him to kind of step up. I felt like he did in the third set, but my level went down. I didn't make too many first serves. And also there's countless times when he's come back from 2 sets to love down, and I didn't just want to be one of those moments where Novak kind of stepped up and came back from 2 sets to love down, and that was going through my head, and it's kind of extra motivation for me not to do that and to win that 4th set. Kind of had to pump myself up, swear at myself a few times to kind of get back into the mood of winning, and I managed to do that, and that was amazing.
Alexei, what time do you reckon you'll get to bed tonight, like with your adrenaline and your recovery? And, I imagine that's a big focus.
Yeah, I just did ice bath like literally 2 minutes ago, so I'm a bit cold right now. But I think I struggle to sleep after matches like this. I tend to go down probably 4 or 5 hours after the match, so probably around 4 a.m., 4:30, I'll probably be asleep.
What's the plan for the recovery to make sure you're ready for that?
Yeah, I'll sleep in as long as I can. So far this week I've been waking up quite early, so hopefully I can sleep in a little bit. And then, we'll do some kind of recovery. And honestly, I think we'll do some fitness in the morning, and then and then go on the court for half an hour, and then do some more recovery. So, yeah.
Greg.
Alexei, have you ever come anywhere near experiencing the emotions you felt on that match point before, and has it totally sunk in yet?
For me, winning Montreal was way bigger than today, just because it's a title and it's a Master 1000 title, and that felt unbelievable. Today was something that I kind of thought I could do. Winning a Masters 1000 was not something that kind of crossed my head. But my two experiences against him earlier this year in Australian Open and Wimbledon kind of gave me the confidence to go out there tonight and believe that I could win and actually do it and believe it. So yeah, when I did it, it kind of felt that kind of proved me right, proved what I was thinking right, and yeah, it wasn't something that was unbelievable like Montreal, for example.
Sort of feel like a situation where this is just one step. The job hasn't been completed as yet.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said in Montreal, for me, the biggest part about Montreal was that I was able to back up big wins. And for me, that's something that I've really had to work on. I've had the capability of winning a big match, but not being able to back it up. And this week in Montreal, I was able to do that. And hopefully I can continue it this week because, this is probably the biggest win of my career so far, ranking-wise. And, yeah, it's hopefully I can back that up.
Levick from Sportico, congratulations. Did you follow the Bodic Carlos match last night? What were your thoughts when you saw that result? And did it impact?
I was asleep at 10:30, so I actually didn't see any of the match. So, yeah, I woke up this morning and showed my girlfriend straight away in shock. Kind of like it was crazy, and results like that happen, and I thought to myself, why not me today? So yeah.
Willie?
You next play Francis Tiafoe, somebody you haven't played before, but from what you know of his game, what you've seen, how would you describe him and the matchup between the two of you?
Yeah, he's actually a really good friend of mine, so we get along really well off the court, and it'll be interesting to play against him. We've practiced a bunch of times, and yeah, he's a very tricky player, and I've probably he's got one of the best hands on tour and comes into the net a lot and likes to mix it up. So that's going to be the tough part. And I'm just going to have to kind of, play my game, serve well. Today I felt like I didn't really serve that well, considering, the percentages and stuff. So for me, I got to have to improve on that. But honestly, playing Francis will be quite an experience because there's been a few times where I've kind of lost the round before having to play Francis, and he's always telling me, man, why do you keep losing before we play each other? So, yeah, luckily this time I was able to do it, and hopefully it'll be a good match.
With Alcaraz and Djokovic out, how would you describe the opportunity you and others have?
For me, I'm not thinking that far. I'm going to give you the cliche answer that I always give is it's always the next match for me. I focus on the next match, and that's it. So my focus is on Francis. If I get past that, then we'll focus on the next one.
I've got a couple more.
Alexei, can we say that the winning week in Montreal has changed it all regarding your game, your confidence, and the mental part?
Yeah, definitely. It's given me a lot of confidence. And I said earlier this week that for me, the most important part was to take that confidence from Montreal and bring it into this week, but not only this week, but hopefully for years to come, because all these top 10 players, top 5 players, they play on this confidence all the time, and they steadily build on it, and that's what I kind of want to do, and hopefully I can.
Okay, we'll take 2 more. Craig, you'll have the last question.
Alexei, you've touched a lot on the fact that you had that real belief that you could beat Novak after meeting him twice in Grand Slam. Just wondering, is that belief and confidence in yourself something that's sort of always been there, or is it built up over the last few months or years? Or
I think, in my past, I've always had the one-off result of beating a top player. And I think the last 2 matches against Novak really gave me the confidence to come out here today and win. And it's something that I believe that I have the game to be able to beat these top players. And for me to be able to do it and back it up is a big thing for me.
Craig, last question.
Do stats mean anything to you? And what I want to just say, in case you hadn't heard, that you're only the 2nd Australian to beat Djokovic at a major, and the last one was Hewitt in 2006. Do those sort of things mean anything to you?
Yeah.
And just the 5th Australian to beat him.
Yeah, for sure. I think, to be mentioned in the same name as Leighton, one of our greats, is always unbelievable. But yeah, it's a great feeling. I think I was the first Aussie to win a Masters 1000 since Leighton also. So that's also a great feeling. So hopefully I can continue that trend and do some more things that Leighton has done in the past.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.